first we got to talk about this new DeLorean teaser because I saw it. Here's the thing. Nostalgia typically doesn't hit me. It just doesn't. I don't know what it is. Like we go through retro tech and like I see the Game Boy and it's cool, but I never used one, so it doesn't hit me. And like I see these older pieces of tech and people, we just had the analog pocket and like everyone loved that thing because it's very similar to the old Game Boy, but it just didn't hit me. But I saw this this DeLorean EV teaser. Are we assuming it's an EV? I think we pretty much know.
They said it's an EV, yeah.
Okay, so we got a new teaser for the DeLorean Motor Company tweeted, "Let's clear things up a bit. The next generation of DeLorean is coming into focus August 18th, 2022. For more information, please read the press release here." And we got a little teaser image of it looks like, I mean, all it is a back left quarter of what looks like a sick looking like Lotus shaped sports car. We got the tail light, which is bars. I'm such a sucker for bar tail lights. I love them.
They did this one really well too, because it's like one bar all the way across the top and then a couple little bars to like square out where the headlight should be. I think it looks really good.
It's got a sleek mirror. It's got the arrow. I am fully going against all of the warnings that I've given people for so long about how like a prototype EV is easy to make, but they better actually ship the thing. I'm in on nostalgia. I want the DeLorean EV.
I want to talk about that a little later, but we'll go through this first. There is one more teaser image, and when I was reading this at first, I was very confused because they called them, the other teaser image is like almost all black, but it shows the doors up in the air. Yeah. And they called them Gull doors. And I had no idea what that meant.
The Gull-wing, yeah.
But like a seagull flapping.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's what that means. That's why they're called that.
Yeah.
Because like, if you're unfamiliar with the DeLorean from Back to the Future, which most people know about, it's a car from the 80s. And it's like, looks like all metal, scrappy, like sports car coupe, except that the doors, rather than opening normally, and rather than like a Lamborghini, what do they call those?
Those are suicide doors?
I thought suicide was when like in S2 and they both open from the same interior.
Some other bird.
Just like
spider door. I don't know. Whatever. You've seen the doors. You've seen the doors.
So these literally just like, I guess kind of like the Model X, right? They open like the Model X.
Yeah, Model X has goals.
The hinge is on the roof of the car and they just open up and it looks like a bird flapping its wings.
Yeah.
That's like kind of what the like cool aspect of the car was back then, or one of the cool aspects of the car. So there is a teaser image that confirms that is also one of the things. Nice. So this is going to be debuting at Pebble Beach in August. I believe it's August 18th. So the company is actually called DMC, and DeLorean, I believe, is the model of the car. But DMC, the CEO of DMC, has come back or has come onto a podcast and like mentioned some extra stuff because like the teasers went kind of wild. Everybody, obviously nostalgic wise, wanted to know about this. And he said a couple things that I thought were kind of strange. So I wanted to like go over them with you.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the first thing he says is it's going to have the obvious benefits of an EV, but it's not going to be like a hypercar EV with a 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. But then he also says he wants it to be extremely competitive in the market as a driver car and still be in the top 5. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming still of like acceleration or speed or something like that. Like, but it just feels like a weird way to say like, we want this to be a fast EV by starting off with saying we're not going to be this, which that at that point is a EV that goes 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, which the only one we know of right now is the Roadster, which isn't even out yet. So
the Plaid is 1.99.
Oh, the Plaid. Yeah. Okay. So like, cool, I guess. No one was expecting you to be that, but then to still say we're going to be in top 5. So we're assuming under 3 seconds probably.
Yeah. It's funny because when you go top 5, the first thing I hear when I hear that is like, oh, is this like a sort of a translation error or is he not fluent? Maybe he meant to say like under 5 seconds or something. But if you say top 5, then I literally go, okay, well then Roadster's 2 seconds. We got like a couple going 2.5 seconds, and then we got 3 seconds. So maybe top 5 lands you at like 3.2 seconds or something. I don't know if that's exactly what he meant to say, but sure. I like the realism. I don't want you to go out and say like, we're going to make a DeLorean. It's going to go crazy. It's going to be the number one EV ever made. Because then immediately I put my EV skeptic hat back on where I go, oh no, this is never going to ship.
Yeah.
So I like the realism.
I like the realism. And another thing he said that I really liked that he said this is he does not expect this to be an iPad on wheels, that he's focused. First priority is being a driver's car. Second priority is potentially autonomous, then self-driving and stuff like that, which is like, sure. I think more companies should do this. I think there's way too many companies who are like, here's our first EV. It's going to have a bunch of these crazy self-driving things, and it's going to have like great range, and it's going to have a fast 0 to 60. It's like, we're going to have everything that EVs have worked, mostly Tesla has worked on for 10 years.
They should,
right
in
off the bat.
This car, they should tell us the 0 to 88 miles per hour time. They should just tell us that.
Great marketing material.
Yeah.
You're very right.
That's the only time that matters in the DeLorean, isn't it? I don't care how fast it gets to 60. I want to get to exactly 88.
And then every single time a car has to like fight it by saying it has a faster 0 to 88, they're basically getting free marketing from that.
Yeah.
That's a genius move. They should hire you for their marketing team.
You're welcome, DeLorean.
Yeah. And so there is one other thing here that I thought was kind of interesting. So the DeLorean hasn't been around for 40 years. Mm-hmm. These people haven't made a car for 40 years. So they mentioned that this DeLorean EV is going to kind of be their launch and their Kickstarter into making more EVs, because they said they won't be able to survive on only making a coupe sports car.
Yep.
Which makes total sense. But when I first saw this, I was like, I actually think this is going to do really well, because the amount of people who want to buy a DeLorean are fairly small. This feels like it's going to be pretty niche, but like because of that, you're not expecting to hit crazy numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was optimistic about this, and maybe I'm naive by thinking somebody would want to make a small market car, because everyone wants to make a big market company.
Well, it kind of reminds me of Tesla's master plan.
Exactly.
Which is, we're going to start by making a really low volume, really high cost car.
Yes.
Which was, for them, it was the original Roadster, actually, which was a sports car. It was $100,000, not a lot of sales, but they can use the profits from all of that to develop and then make a slightly higher volume, slightly lower cost car. For them, that was basically Model S. And then a higher volume, lower cost car, Model 3. So if that's what DeLorean is admitting, or DMC is admitting right off the top, we're going to make a low volume, high cost DeLorean. It's going to be our Halo product, but then we're going to go from there. That makes sense to me.
It makes sense, but then I think because of that, we need to now think of this as, how are we viewing DMC DeLorean as a company? And it's really strange because it is a legacy car manufacturer, but one that hasn't made a car in 40 years. So I kind of think,
I don't know enough about
looking onto this, I need to look at it more of like feeling like this is a startup.
Yeah, feels like startup.
Right? This feels more startup-y, and as optimistic as I am about this, because like, let's be real, the DeLorean is like one of the coolest cars ever. It is 40 years old. Whether you've seen Back to the Future or not, you've probably seen it. If you've seen it in real life, you've taken a picture of it. That's like a guarantee.
Unfortunately, I seen one in real life. I was pulling in onto the street to go home. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. And I saw one come down the hill and drive by. And I didn't even really process it. I was like, oh, DeLorean. Wait, what? A DeLorean is driving by me right now? I didn't get the chance to take a picture, but there's definitely that moment that, that's one of those cars that people will go out and restore.
Yeah.
And like, might bring up the Resto Mod F100 in a little bit, but like, it's cool to see one actually working and driving and like actually being used, even though it's such an old car. So yeah, I'm rooting for it, because the nostalgia did hit me with this one.
Yeah,
I did really like it.
So I really hope it does well. I'll be interested to see where they go after that. Are there like cars after the DeLorean going to be as unique and kind of special? Because that's what this is right now. It's like iconic. It's different. Are the cars that they say they want to do like a sedan or an SUV afterwards, because that's 4-door family car, something more people will buy than like the niche DeLorean. So are those going to also be special, or is the DeLorean going to show off some sort of technology that maybe they have? I mean, they're claiming they're going to show this off in August. Okay. It's not that far away.
Yeah, a couple months away.
It also is probably just prototype.
Probably just one rolling prototype. Classic. Yep.
Yeah. So I think we've got to throw the skeptic goggles on this, as much as I don't want to, because I want one, and I want us to do a video where we somehow have an old one as well. That's all I want right now reading this.
That'd be sick. Rose-colored skeptic glasses.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. All right. Thanks for watching. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Should we tail slate? Yeah, we'll tail slate. Go ahead, tail slate. That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I can't wait to drive that DeLorean.
Yeah, let's go get it. I can't believe people are going to have to wait till August for that thing.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to keep that one a secret.
Well, let's just not drive it in public roads yet.